Prepare!
Hello, Bino here, and welcome to my Drums of Battle guide. If you like what you see, please give the video a like, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscription button too. It helps me out a ton as I'm trying to grow my channel. In this guide, I'm going to be covering everything you need to know to go from level 1 leatherworking all the way to Drums of Battle. And like all my guides, I will post a link to these slides in the description below with timestamps to help you find what you need. Alright, so let's get started. In this guide, I'm going to try to keep it right on point. I'm only going to cover what you need to know to get the job done. The first thing I'm going to talk about is what are drums of battle and why you want them. Then I'm going to tell you the most efficient way to go from 1 to 365 leatherworking. So, what are drums of battle? Well, they are drums that are crafted by leatherworkers with a skill of 365, and they will give their party members 80 haste rating for 30 seconds. This is so powerful because in theory, with 4 people in the group with drums, you can keep the buff up permanently. Drums are not as powerful as Bloodlust, but they do provide a significant DPS increase to your raid since you can always have them up if you have enough leatherworkers in the group. Here I've created a list of everything you're going to need to collect to level up your leatherworking. There's vendor materials that you will need too, but I did not list them here since you can just buy them from the vendor right next to your trainer. Almost everything you will need comes from skinning, so if you're going to drop a profession to get leatherworking and don't have a skinner, I would recommend leveling skinning first, collecting all the leathers you need, store them on a bank alt, and when you hit 70, you can go from 1 to 365 in an hour or two. 90% of the stuff you need you can start collecting now. And when the Burning Crusade hits, you will already be ahead of the game. Also, if you can skin your own leather to level up, you will save yourself a ton of gold starting out. The TBC leather is going to be crazy off the start with everybody trying to get drums and all of your druids, hunters, rogues, and shamans trying to get their pre-raid bis. Okay, for 1 to 300 leatherworking, I recommend following the WoW Professions guide. There really is nothing better out there. Their work is top notch. I could type it all out on slides for you, but their website is set up amazingly, written out in a super easy way to follow, so I just recommend checking out their site. I've used their guides for years and I love them. I added a link here on the slide for you, and I will also put a link in the description below. 300 to 365, the opposite of 1 to 300. There really is no good guides out there, so I built this one for you. I did my best to lay it out the easiest, cheapest, and most efficient way to level to 365. To start out, you're going to want to go from 300 to 310, making knot-hide leather. You should get plenty of knot-hide leather scraps while you're leveling up if you're doing skinning first. For 311 to 325, you're going to make knot-hide leather armor kits. It takes 4 knot-hide leather per each kit. For 326 to 335, you're going to be making heavy knot-hide leather. You're going to need all of these, so just make it all the way to 335. You can buy the pattern from these 3 vendors. For 336 to 340, you're going to want to make thick Dracanic vests. And 341 to 345, you'll be making fail scale breastplates. Both of these patterns you can learn from your trainer. At 346 to 350, you're going to want to make nature armor kits. There's other armor kits you can make, but they're harder to get the pattern, and the primes you'll need are going to be more expensive and harder to get. The nature armor kit pattern also drops from the first boss in slave pens, so you'll probably have no problem getting it. You could also buy one of the rep patterns from the Scryer or Aldor, but the leather you would need would be a lot higher. At 351 to 355, you're going to make heavy knot-hide armor kits. This is also the pattern you can learn from your trainer. And for the last step, 356 to 365, you're going to be making 10 heavy cleft hoof boots. The pattern for these boots is sold by the Cenarian Expedition if you have a friendly reputation. Alright, congratulations. Now you can make drums in battle. To get the pattern, you'll need to be honored with a Shatar, and each set of drums takes 6 heavy knot-hide leather and 4 thick cleft hoof leather. But don't worry, each drum has 50 charges. Once again, this brings us to the end of another guide. I hope you enjoyed it and got some good information. Please, if it helped you, give it a like, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that button too. I have a lot more TBC content planned and already in the works. I stream every Wednesday and Thursday nights over on Twitch. Always feel free to join in the fun. Right now it's mostly rig content, but I have a lot more planned for when TBC starts to come out. Thank you again. Bino signing off.